An entire episode of TV favorite Death in Paradise had to be rewritten at the last minute after anti-vaccine sentiments caused violent protests at their usual filming locations in Guadeloupe. Hidden helplessly behind gates while the police and members of the fire service clashed with each other, production staff had to rethink their filming plans altogether. But Ralf was undeterred by the change of plan, as the emergency ultimately meant he was transported around the island by boat instead of by land, enjoying a luxurious experience with coolers of beer on hand. Ralf revealed the news in an episode of the 2 Pints with Will and Ralf podcast, where Ralf chatted away with his co-star, alongside their special guest Tara O'Brien. There was civil unrest across the island because of complaints about mandatory vaccines, the former 2 Pints of lager and a packet of crisps star recounted to his open-mouthed co-stars. The French government said, "You've gotta have vaccines if you want to work for the fire service, and the fire service in mainland France as well as the French territories just have this reputation of they don't F about," he continued. "Like if the fire service don't like something, they'll riot." And tears this amazing footage during the Guillochon protests about the French fire service kicking the S out of the police. An incredulous Ralf quipped in puzzlement, "Amazing because you kind of go, I feel like they're on the same side." He continued, "There was real civil unrest and we had to kind of rethink. It just so happened that when all the roads were closed across Guadeloupe, due to the protests, we were shooting in a hotel, which we never normally do, about an hour away from the village where we normally live. Unfortunately, as the island became paralyzed by warring rivals on either side of the vaccine debate, it became unsafe to venture outside of their immediate location. All the casting crew was in this hotel, and we were relatively safe because it was behind gates, and so we did our few days filming," he explained. "Then bless them, the production company were going, we're gonna have to rewrite the episode." As it was impossible for the team to return to the houses where they'd been living for the past 6 months by road, they found themselves severely limited. However, a gloating Ralf could barely conceal his glee when he recalled the reason why nobody minded the disruption. When it was time to leave, the red carpet was rolled out by organizers and massive boats with coolers full of beer and whatever we wanted were provided for the return journey. From hotel to home and back again, plus an additional trip to the airport, were all covered by exhilarating boat trips across the island, affording Ralf idyllic views of the Caribbean's azure waters. "Boat trip," he shouted in childlike excitement as he relived the experience. "I don't even care what the journey is," he joked, suggesting that he could get used to luxuriating on Caribbean cruises as a standard part of his working week. The roads reopened when protests died down. Ralf Little and Will Mellor will be touring the 2 Pints podcast experience across cities in the UK during March and April 2022.